This week, Cursor published a blog post about agent swarms, 50 agents, coordinated, running in parallel, sharing memory, executing tasks faster than any single model could. The demo is genuinely impressive. Here's the thing nobody wrote about in the coverage. Not one of those 50 agents can pay a $156 vendor invoice. Not one. They can research, they can write code, they can call APIs, draft documents, coordinate handoffs, and log results. The moment the workflow touches money, a human has to step in every single time. That is not a model problem, that is not a reasoning problem, that is a payment infrastructure problem. And it is getting worse, not better, as agent swarms grow more capable. Today, we are going to map that problem exactly. We will trace the architectural gap, examine the real failure modes, look at what is being built to close it, and answer the strongest objection. Why can't agents just use Stripe? Let's go. The Cursor blog post, published this week, describes what they call agent swarm model economics. The core argument is that multi-agent coordination changes the cost structure of AI work. You run 50 cheap, fast models in parallel instead of one expensive model in sequence. The throughput goes up, the per unit cost goes down. This is the correct architectural move. The industry is converging on it. Now look at the supply chain problem this creates. In a real-world agent swarm, a meaningful percentage of tasks involve external transactions, API calls that bill per request, SaaS tool subscriptions, contractor invoices, cloud compute charges, data provider fees, domain renewals. In the Cursor model, your swarm of 50 agents might generate 30 external payment events in a single workflow run. Each one requires a funded source account, authorization, currency, compatibility with the vendor, successful settlement before the next step can proceed. Right now, every single one of those payment gates requires a human to approve it, or a pre-authorized corporate card that assumes a static billing context, or a manual ACH transfer that takes 2 to 3 business days to clear. Your 50-agent swarm is executing at millisecond speed. Your payment layer is operating at 1998 banking speed. The swarm is not the bottleneck, the wallet is. I want to engage the strongest counter-argument head-on because it is the one I hear most often. The objection goes like this. Agents don't need a new payment layer. Stripe's API is already programmable. You can wire it to any agent workflow in a few lines of code. This is a solved problem. This objection is correct for a narrow use case, and it completely misses the architectural reality of the agent economy. Let me show you exactly where Stripe breaks. First, geography. Stripe operates in 46 countries. There are 195 countries on Earth. The agent economy is not confined to those 46. Developers in Nigeria, Vietnam, Pakistan, Colombia, and 140 other markets are building agent workflows right now. When their agent hits a payment step, Stripe returns an error. Not a model error, a geography error. That is not an edge case. That is the majority of the world. Second, account ownership. Stripe requires a business entity with a verified bank account in a supported country. An AI agent cannot legally own a Stripe account. The agent's payments are always routed through a human-controlled entity, which means every payment is a human authorization event, regardless of how automated the surrounding workflow is. The agent does not have a wallet. It has a human's credit card wielded on its behalf with all the friction that implies. Third, settlement latency. Stripe's standard payout schedule is 2 to 7 business days, depending on the account and country. For an agent swarm that needs to pay a vendor and receive a confirmation before triggering the next workflow step, 2 to 7 days is not a settlement window. it is a hard stop. The Stripe answer treats AI agents as a new front end for human payment infrastructure. That is the wrong frame. Agents are not a new UI. They are a new class of economic actor. They need infrastructure built for their transaction profile, not infrastructure retrofitted from ours. Stipe is a load-bearing wall for human commerce. Agents need a different foundation entirely. This week, Jack Dorsey launched Buzz, Team Chat, AI agents, and Git hosting on a single platform. The pitch is that agents are now first-class collaborators in your development workflow. I want to use Buzz as a case study, not to criticize it, but because it illustrates the architectural gap perfectly. A Buzz agent can open a pull request in under 5 seconds. It can write a test suite, flag a security issue, and push a commit. In the same workflow, if it needs to pay the $43 monthly fee for the API it just integrated, it cannot do it. That $43 requires a human, a corporate card, and manual approval before the workflow can continue.